Something that's becoming really prevalent in the women in my community, the women that I talk to and work with, these cycling women who are 35 plus, they're in perimenopause. The biggest shifts that I'm starting to hear from them really surround their moods. They're experiencing more anxiety, depression, they're feeling out of control. There's irritability. They feel what's been described to me is that they feel like a pendulum swings from one direction to the next through the month. They feel like the female version of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, like the Wicked Witch of the West or Monster Mom. These are terms that my clients and women that I've worked with have communicated to me in terms of how they feel throughout the month. Sometimes it even feels like an out of body experience. Like you are having a reaction to a situation, you know inherently that it is inappropriate, but you have absolutely zero control. So you're watching it unfold in front of you, powerless to stop it. And it can really feel like these wide shifts, especially in the luteal phase. Maybe on top of it, you are having trouble sleeping. And then you're feeling exhausted, which just compounds the problem. And for some women, kind of just happens all at once. They wake up one day and they start to realize, holy crap, why am I so anxious all of a sudden? Why am I not sleeping well anymore? Why do I feel so tired all of the time? Why did that trigger me? But most often, most of the women that I talk to, it's this gradual accumulation over time where, they hit 45, say, and they realize, who have I become? Where did all of these symptoms come from? When I start to think about it, this started 10 years ago, and then this happened. And who am I? You feel like a shell of your former self until you no longer feel like yourself. And there's some really important things that we need to be focusing on from a health perspective, a functional health perspective, to support not just your mental health and your moods and your hormones, but your health and longevity. It's beyond just taking mood stabilizers or SSRIs from your doctor. And listen, there is a time and a place. No shame, no judgment. If you're in a position now where you're taking SSRIs or mood stabilizers, or you have in the past, sometimes you need a crutch. Sometimes you need that something to get you over the hump while you're focusing on rebuilding your health from the inside out. But some of the areas that we really need to be dialing in are your gut health. This is huge for mental health, for anxiety, irritability, depression, because the neurotransmitters, specifically serotonin and GABA, these neurotransmitters are really important for us to feel calm, cool, and collected, to regulate our emotional responses, to reduce anxiety. They also support sleep. If we look at serotonin in particular, 90% of serotonin is made in the gut, not the brain. So we really need to be dialing in on the digestive health and function. And this is where GI map testing can be really critical. We also need to be looking at your blood sugar and ensuring that your blood sugar is stable, because when your blood sugar is erratic and all over the place, and your insulin therefore is erratic and all over the place, your moods will be too. Similarly with cortisol, we want cortisol, your adrenals, your nervous system to be nice and stable. We do not want dysregulation there. Insulin and cortisol, by the way, also have a little bit of a BFF relationship. They like to take one another along for the ride. So we really need to be focusing on the two of them foundationally. We want to make sure that you're getting enough sleep. And you might be sitting there thinking, okay, great, like I do all of the things to prioritize sleep, but I'm up every night between 2 and 4, and it takes me 2 hours to get back to sleep. It sucks. I get it. I've been there myself. And it is really hard when that is night after night after night, and it becomes a situation where you are chronically exhausted and you start even to develop some sleep anxiety, right? And this is where leveraging functional health tests like the GI map test, we can really help to understand why you're not sleeping there, why your energy levels are so low, but also with Dutch testing. So we can start to see where your hormone levels are at, what's going on with your cortisol, your adrenals, your nervous system. Because while there are generalized recommendations that I talk about all of the time, there are going to be some nuances and customizations that are specific to each woman based on what we're seeing on those test results. Okay. You don't have to accept how you're feeling as your normal. You actually have complete control over how you move through this life's transition, through perimenopause, through the choices you make or don't make. You are in control. You are in the driver's seat. You know, when we think about it and we look back, what we did, the things we did or didn't do, the choices we made or didn't make, the way we lived our lives in our 20s and our 30s really set the stage for our 40s. We can't go back and change that. But that doesn't mean that we just throw in the towel completely and say, well, screw it. I guess I messed up. Too bad, so sad. No, your 30s and your 40s now set the stage for your 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, and beyond. There are decades of life left to live, and this is the opportunity to take control of the direction that you want your health to go in. Seeking out help is not a sign of weakness or vulnerability. It is a sign of strength, because it means that you're no longer willing to accept this is normal, or your lab results are great, or being brushed off as crazy by your medical doctor, your family, your friends. When you're ready to step into your power as a woman and own your healthcare by seeking out help from competent, knowledgeable, and skilled experts in the field, you're taking back control. That's not weakness, that's empowerment. And that's powerful. If this is all resonating with you and you are ready to have a partner in carving your path forward in your hormonal and health journey, you can schedule a discovery call with my team, Ashley and Danielle, to explore your specific situation in more detail and how we can help. We are here to listen to you, to really hear you and validate what you're experiencing. Ashley and Danielle are terrific at holding that space for you to finally be seen, to be heard, to get answers, to offer you real solutions to your hormone and health concerns beyond just hormonal birth control and surgery, beyond mainstream medical advice and social media advice as well. If you feel so called, I have linked below the link to book in for that discovery call, and you're most welcome as well to reach out to me on Instagram. That's where I am most active. You can find me at stephanie.sing.balancedhealth. I would love to connect with you there. And of course, if you have questions, please feel free to reach out. Until next time, have a wonderful day and we'll chat soon.